Good morning, my name is Matthew Hugo from Weather Commerce, and this is this morning's weather briefing on Thursday the 4th of November 2010. Today's weather briefing will cover the United Kingdom, Europe, Scandinavian precipitation and also global weather alerts. Firstly, taking a look at the UK and the model comparison graph. Over the next few days and through into the weekend, there is very good model agreement for temperatures to drop significantly below climate averages, particularly by the 7th, with temperatures dropping to around about 3 to 4 degrees below a climate average of around 11 degrees Celsius. Temperatures are forecast to drop to near and then below climate averages into the coming weekend and the early part of next week due to the development of higher pressure to the west of the United Kingdom combining with lower pressure to the east to produce rather cold north or northwesterly air mass. This drop in temperature is also visible on the new ftabrief West Europe map view. Taking a look at the United Kingdom, which I have highlighted with a red circle, you will note, looking at the pie chart, that the central figure of 11 degrees is the current climate average. However, all the forecast models indicate temperatures to be below this by around about 3 or 4 degrees. Into next week, and a transitional period is expected, with again continued good model agreement for temperatures to recover from quite significantly below climate averages at the start of the week, reaching a near climate average of around 11 degrees by the 11th and 12th. The expected rise in temperatures from generally below climate averages to generally near climate averages into the middle part of next week is expected to take place due to the arrival of a deep area of low pressure from the northwest of the United Kingdom. This area of low pressure is forecast to bring a milder west or southwesterly air mass to many areas by the middle of next week. Within the longer term, between the 11th and the 12th and the 18th of November, overall model agreement remains quite good for temperatures to generally remain near a climate average of around 10 or 11 degrees, though perhaps dropping to around about 0 to 1 degrees below climate averages at times. Some of the more recent GFS deterministic runs, as highlighted by the darker blue runs, are somewhat milder outliers, with temperatures here represented to be around about 1 to 2 degrees above climate norms. As we approach mid-month, generally near average temperatures are forecast due to quite a high confidence for areas of low pressure to pass to the north of the United Kingdom. As a result, a generally mild westerly air mass is expected across the United Kingdom. And finally, taking a look at the 5-day average graph, throughout the entire model run, model agreement is good for temperatures to initially start off as near, if not slightly above climate averages, before then dropping to slightly below between the 9th and the 13th, before then rising to become generally near a climate average of around about 7 or 8 degrees beyond the 13th and the 14th of November. Now taking a look at Europe, with the exception of some northern regions of the United Kingdom and also Scandinavia, many parts of Europe are expected to experience temperatures generally near, if not above, climate averages over the next 5 to 7 days. This is in association with a relatively mild westerly air mass dominating across most of Europe. Within the longer term, as we approach and move beyond mid-month, you will note within the top image that temperatures are expected to generally range from 0 to -10 across northern regions of Europe, while central and western areas of Europe are expected to experience temperatures generally ranging between 0 and 10 degrees, which is very close to climate averages. As a result, as we approach mid-month and move into the latter half of November, temperatures across Europe are currently expected to be generally near climate averages across most areas. The new ftabrief West Europe map view also helps to illustrate this with regards to temperatures being near generally climate averages. Taking Central Europe, which I have highlighted with a red circle, you will note that the figure within the middle of the pie charts, taking France for example, which is 5 degrees, all the forecast models indicate temperatures to be generally within 1 if not 2 degrees of climate averages. Now taking a look at Scandinavian precipitation, and for the majority of the region over the next 5 to 7 days, precipitation totals are expected to be generally below climate averages. Most regions of Sweden and Finland in particular are expected to experience precipitation less than around about 10 millimeters. This is due to a generally dry and cold air mass dominating across the area. Despite below climate average rainfall totals over the next 5 to 7 days, within the longer term precipitation totals are forecast to recover and become generally near, if not above average, particularly across western parts of Norway, where precipitation totals may reach 100 to 125 millimetres. It should be noted that majority of precipitation across Scandinavia is likely to fall as snow, particularly across higher levels. And finally, now taking a look at global weather alerts, which highlight extreme deviations from normal. Despite recently being downgraded to a tropical depression, Thomas is expected to undergo additional strengthening in the coming days as it heads towards Haiti and the Dominican Republic. Some significant rainfall is expected across these areas, with the risk of mudslides and also strong winds. Also taking a look at Western Australia within the short term and also the long term, as we approach and move beyond mid-month, you will note that precipitation totals are forecast to be insignificant, with precipitation less than 2 millimetres in places, which is considerably below climate averages. Taking a look at China as well within the longer term, as we approach and move beyond mid-month, temperatures across the northern regions of the country in particular are forecast to drop below climate averages, with temperatures generally below freezing. Also of importance is the forecasted precipitation totals within the longer term, which are expected to be considerably below climate averages, with little or no significant precipitation expected across a large portion of the country. Thank you for listening to today's weather brief. Please note you are now welcome to trial Fast Trader version 2 with a global view and a fully integrated Central and Eastern European model. Please visit the following website to view this information. This trial will run until the 15th of December. Please ask Dominic or Tony about our early bird special, which also expires on that date. The morning briefing service and tailored forecast bench consulting are also available with Fast Trader. Thank you.